After binge watching season 3 in literally just one day, which by the way was an absolute action-packed thriller and everything we could have hoped for, I'm pretty positive that most of us are eagerly waiting for the next season, especially after that climatic finale to end season 3. But aren't you all excited to know what to expect from season 4? Hi y'all, welcome back to Craze, and in today's video we will give you all the juicy, thought-provoking, interesting good stuff that you need to know about the upcoming season 4 and why we think it could be the best Cobra Kai season yet. Before moving on to the video, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon never to miss an update. Done? What are we waiting for? Let us dive right in. When Karate Kid was released in 1984, it became one of our favorite 80s movies of all time quite quickly. However, with Johnny Lawrence taking a crane kick to the face, we all thought it was over. Until finally a proper sequel was released in 2018 and Cobra Kai surprisingly became a sensational hit. We all just loved it. 3 years and 2 seasons later, the third season was dropped on Netflix in January 2021 as a late Christmas present. And boy, was that terrific! While we do not know precisely when the next season is releasing, writer John Hurwitz has tweeted saying, "I don't have the answer, but would imagine season 4 will come out roughly a year after season 3. This means that we only have to wait for one more year, till January 2022. That's right, a year-long wait just to binge watch it in a single day again. If you have not guessed this yet by now, this video contains spoilers ahead. So if you are someone who has not watched season 3 or even worse, someone who has not watched Cobra Kai at all, this video is strictly not for you. But if you are still here, hooray! Now, coming back to our show, before we talk about how season 4 is likely to go down, let us rewind a bit and quickly break down season 3. After a long, tiring, and frustrating chain of events, Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso finally seem to have started to get along. Yay! After 36 years of intense rivalry, the Karate Kid duo has yet decided to let go of their grudges as they now team up to take on Cobra Kai run by Johnny Craze. After all, they have much more in common than their love for martial arts. You're right, I'm talking about Ali Mills, who once dated both Johnny and Daniel. The understanding between Johnny and Daniel came from an unexpected visit from Ali in season 3. Meanwhile, Daniel LaRusso's PTSD-suffering daughter Samantha LaRusso successfully convinced her buddies to put their beef aside and stick together to stand up to Craze, who actively kept supporting his students bullying other kids throughout the valley. Season 3, filled with plenty of twists and turns, somehow left us clueless about what was about to happen next the whole time. And I would say, all things considered, that season 3 definitely hit all the right spots. However, it still leaves us with plenty of doubts in our minds. For instance, what happens with Ali? Is she going to make a comeback? Did Johnny Lawrence lose his son Robbie to the other side? And what about Aisha? Is she returning? Will we witness the Eagle Fang teaming up with Miyagi-Do? Now, I know that these are just a few of the questions that you all have in your minds, and although these are expected to be answered in the upcoming 4th season, we may already have a few answers for you. A grand team-up. Ever since the 1984 Karate Kid, and then throughout the first 2 seasons, there is no doubt that we thoroughly enjoyed the rivalry between Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. In fact, there was so much friction between the two of them on the screen that every time they were present on a scene together, it took us to the edge of our seats. Clearly, these 2% children did not adore each other, but things got real in season 3, with John Kreese's undying efforts to make Cobra Kai a worse nightmare than ever. LaRusso and Lawrence had no other option but to set their differences aside and, quite dramatically, team up together as the two finally decide that enough is enough. The two Karate Kids are now on the same side, shoulder to shoulder, taking the fight to old John Kreese. However, does this mean that the Eagle Fang is now part of the Miyagi-Do? Even though it was a heartwarming scene that we all enjoyed watching, there is no reason to think that this friendship will last for much longer. The truth, as we all know, is nothing more than one last desperate push to get rid of John Kreese once and for all, and it will only last for as long as the threat from Cobra Kai does. Robbie Keane. After being Daniel LaRusso's best student for years, we saw Robbie finally take the side of John Kreese's Cobra Kai at the end of Season 3. Given the kind of reputation that Cobra Kai and Kreese's ideologies have, does this mean that Robbie has chosen the dark side? Although it is pretty understandable why Robbie would be mad at Johnny and Danny, what would have possibly made him want to mingle with the infamous Cobra Kai? Things don't really add up, do they? While on the surface, it seems like it is obvious that Robbie wants to train with John Kreese, nothing is really that clear. What if he has a plan? It needs no mention that apart from his problems with Johnny and Daniel, his fierce rivalry with Miguel Diaz is something to watch out for, especially with the All Valley tournament coming up in Season 4. We have witnessed some pretty intense drama between these two, and it would not be a surprise at all if we see more of it in the next season. Meanwhile, Samantha, who was one of the biggest reasons behind the dispute between Robbie and Miguel, isn't short of problems on her plate either, as Tori Nichols is hell-bent on beating her in the tournament. Terry Silvers. From Karate Kid, we know that a certain Terry Silvers fought in the Vietnam War together with John Kreese, and that Silvers owes Kreese. Now, if you don't recall who Terry Silvers is, he's the original owner of the Cobra Kai dojo who also was the main villain in the Karate Kid movie. With Danny and Johnny teaming up against Kreese and finally managing to land a strike at their opponent at the end of Season 3, it is pretty obvious that the battle is not over just yet. We all expected that Kreese would call in the big guns for backup, but who could John Kreese possibly call on? At the end of Season 3, we saw John Kreese pick up the phone and dial a number with an old picture from the Vietnam War in his hand. It is no surprise that the person who Kreese spoke to was indeed Terry Silvers. We also know that Silvers owes John Kreese big time for saving his life in the war camp. Now, this could mean that we might see these two teaming up to face the threat posed by Lawrence and LaRusso. It is no secret that Terry Silvers is a corrupt, rich man, and in the upcoming Season 4, we might actually see him live up to his famous reputation. What to expect from Season 4? Although we don't know much for certain about Season 4, we do know that it is going to revolve around the three main dojos, Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang, and Cobra Kai. Since Johnny and Daniel will be combining their troops to fight Kreese's Cobra Kai, we will see a lot of that hot chemistry between those two. Whatever the ending of Season 4 is, it surely is going to show us an aspect of Johnny's and Daniel's characters that we have not witnessed yet. With the All Valley tournament coming up, we simply cannot be more excited about the new season. The outline is simple. Whoever wins the All Valley tournament gets to stay and practice martial arts, and the loser has to leave town. Even though the series has been anything but predictable over the years, rest assured that we will see an all-out war between Kreese's Cobra Kai and the other two dojos in Season 4. And it also looks like we have a much clearer idea now of who's on the dark side and who's not. Regardless of who wins, we can surely expect a few crazy wild battles to come. The arrival of billionaire come karate instructor Terry Silvers only makes things much juicier. He will play the role of psychopath or crazy villain, and his chaotic evil energy could potentially help John Kreese win the All Valley tournament. When will it release? Even though it hasn't been long since Season 3 was released, we all wish we had Season 4 here already. While the shooting has not commenced yet, writer John Hurwitz tweeted in late October that the script writing process for Season 4 has ended. This means that there are at least some people in this world who know about all of the answers to the questions in our minds. We know it is a long wait ahead until Season 4 gets released, but hang in there. It's definitely gonna be worth it. We've got you covered till then. That's it, guys. We've come to the end of today's video. Just stay tuned to our channel and get all the latest updates. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. We'll see you again soon with more terrific content. Goodbye!